Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Yu Yang, going over the matchmaking, the threats to my ship, enemy hack, Puerto Rico, Double Nevsky, Gearing Kaba, Holland, and Yu Yang. The map's Tears of the Desert, it's Epicenter, and I am spawning in the south, so basically my job as I see it as a DD, if you haven't watched my previous videos, is basically to scout this area of the map for my team and start dealing damage to help my team win this flank, and then use that map control that we gain to take the center of the map. If you look closely at the minimap, you may be wondering what in the flying hell build is Kuro running, and basically just running legendary Yu Yang with a smoke build with the special Pan-Asian captains with the enhanced demolition expert. Got 3% fire chance instead of 2%. Really just seeing if there's a way that I can, insert some more viability of this ship into random battles. This ship still obviously has a lot of role in competitive, as far as either a smoke laying ship or potentially a radar ship. Although I think Smolland has cut in quite a bit into that role that Yu Yang used to play. So right off the bat, there's going to be some jerky camera moments in the game. I'm playing with number 2 on my lap, and it's going to have an impact in this game. So basically, I'm approaching the line that I've talked about before. You know, this line right down these islands, right here. Breaking that line lets you spot all the way back as far as you can see. Anything that shoots back here, you'll spot. And that winning this line is absolutely critical to winning vision control over this area of the map. So you can already see Nevsky just shot. I picked him up. I just picked up the Kaba. He's pushing hard for the flank. I don't know if this is a smoker or repair Kaba, so I'm just basically stalking the Kaba and seeing what's going on. I do see we've got an Ohio out here. Thinking about throwing some torps out here. And decide, you know what, all of these ships are kind of converging in this area. I'm just going to lay a wide fan pattern of torps and keep moving in the direction of this Kaba. Got the enemy hack pushing in. Thinking about shooting, but decide to hold my shot. Just going to keep being difficult. This CV's trying to sniff us out right now, and he's got my Kleber, but it took him a little bit extra time to catch me, and he's already recalled his strike package, and that means I basically have skated away without any sort of damage here. I am going to pop my speed boost simply because with the Kaba having turned back, I'm kind of wasting my time out here. I wanted to make sure this Kaba wasn't going to be able to get into an island position where he'd be able to farm my team over the island. So it was really just trying to stalk him and keep him out of this sort of position here, which it can be quite a pain for my team to deal with. So pushing back up, just again getting the vision control back in the game. We've got the enemy Holland that's spotted. I'm still pushing up. If this Holland, if this Kaba wants to shoot at my Kleber, I'm perfectly willing to push in close, smoke up, and just hammer these guys. So I'm going to take a shot at the Holland here. He, of course, instantly drops off, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and smoke up just in the offhand chance that, you know, something nasty tries to draw fire at me right now. And as soon as I smoke up, watch this Kaba. He just turns right in, and he's coming for it. I'm actually focusing on the Ohio, trying to get some fire damage going right now while I'm dodging rockets from the hack. My torps are looking good, and I see how close the Kaba's coming, and it's just time to switch targets and drive this guy off. And I mean, the good thing about Yu Yang with the legendary build, you have fairly decent gun DPM. Both the Holland and the Kaba are headed my way. Looks like the Kaba actually is smoked, so that's critical to know, because that Kaba with no smoke or with no repair, he's lost that amount of HP for the game. I'm trying to blind fire him in smoke. I really would like to finish this guy off, and my teammate is able to seal the deal on him. At this point, my smoke's getting ready to run down. I know that there's going to be a Holland in my face, so I want to get spun around and make myself narrow to all of his support down here. So you can see I'm just turning in. You see I'm turning, putting my bow in towards the enemy team right now. Now that's dangerous, because this Nevsky is pushing up to charge me. Not a lot that I can do about it right now. If I go to turn out, I'm going to eat a lot of damage, and I don't want to do that. We are able to finish off the Holland. I do get radared by the Nevsky, and again, not gonna panic. I'm just gonna stay hard to hit. Gonna keep moving, zigzagging back and forth. Stay as narrow as I can, and just let the gun's natural horizontal dispersion mitigate a lot of the damage for me, as well as saturation. My bow's starting to saturate. So that's all very helpful to me avoiding a lot of the damage that I could take if I, you know, made the mistake of showing too much of my broadside. So just trying to get some fire pressure on these ships here. Again, just this build on the ship, you play it more like a light cruiser. You just happen to have disgusting torpedoes when it comes to shooting up torping cruisers in particular, because they don't have much of a torpedo belt, and if they don't have hydro available, these torps will just do disgusting things to them. But they're pretty good at punishing battleships as well. So just working this Yamato over, seeing if I can get any fires on the guy. Unfortunately, leaving my AA on, I think, spooked the Yamato. He turns in. He's going to avoid those torpedoes. I'm just going to let this fire tick for now. This Yamato is overextending, so I'm just going to take advantage of it. He's got to turn bow into my team down here to my Montana, and just setting it up. Again, the fast cooldown on the Yu Yang smokes, really nice here, just to really get these smokes going, keep that damage output going, and I'm able to put this damage out and not take a lot of damage in return, and that's the idea behind this build. You know, I want I don't necessarily want to pick fights with the destroyers and all that. I want to eliminate their battleships and cruiser support typically before I go and pick a fight with them. It just so happened those DDs were really aggressive trying to pick a fight with me, and I was able to smoke up and just abuse them. Trying to get another fire here. Unfortunately, RNG has decided he loves me not, and this Yamato is going to be able to slip away. But I mean, this Yamato is so dug in right now. He's in a real bad spot. I'm going to be able to wrap up behind him as I abandon this smoke, and would have been able to shoot him up some more. But my team is able to finish him off. And that basically leaves us in a position where you can see the amount of control that we're getting. These two Nevskis here are going to be abandoning this flank, and 74k spotting damage, 75k damage. That's a lot of pressure on the enemy team. You're going to see these torps here. This is a horrible torpedo position. If these weren't deep waters, this would likely have very little chance of hitting. But these torpedoes, in my opinion, weren't a good idea to put in the game, because if you don't have Hydra, there's just very little counterplay for somebody that knows how to use torpedoes. I was thinking about cutting in front of the island, decided not to risk it, just on the offhand chance I get radared. You see the rocket planes coming in. I don't want to be in a position where I give easy broadside to the rockets or the Nevsky. I'm just going to kite back, disengage, shooting as I go. Try to shoot down as many planes as I can. Now, the radar is going to work against the Nevsky because you see him turn out. He's trying to get his front guns into the action, and he just happens to turn right into my torpedoes. He takes 3, floods out for the devastating strike, and that's the end of a radar cruiser. So now at this point, now that the south is secured, it really is time to push in and neutralize the points advantage that the enemy team has. And even though we're up a couple ships, they've just had better cap control because most of us DDs have been elsewhere instead of contesting caps and doing that kind of thing. So I'm going to push in here, and this Montana is obviously going to be my next target. He's just looking very attractive. Just going to try to stay outside Nevsky radar range, or right on the edge of it. And looking just to see what this Montana is going to do. We do have the hack bringing in another strike package. Just trying to put off being spotted as long as possible. Throwing some torps out on the Montana, and there's so many torps out on this Montana. I'm just gonna start shooting at this guy, because I mean, you look at that wave, that's a lot of torpedoes coming through that area for that Montana. Looks like my torps are gonna miss, but that sets him up for the Gearing's torps. He takes a big hit and ends up going down. And it's time to start pushing up again. Now, at this point, I am hyping up to number 2 that we might get a kill a carrier. And we're going to start pushing hard up here, and that's going to lead to disaster because, well, S is going to flow to my brain, and I'm going to make a questionable play that contributes to my ally having enhanced adrenaline rush. These things happen occasionally. Gonna push up here, take this Yu Yang now that he's detected. Pick that kill up, and with the smoke here, you know, I'm got number 2 on my lap. He's happy as hell. We're playing games right now. I didn't look too close at these islands. The islands are all in the way. Right now I'm like, well, hell, all those torps are garbage, and I notice my Plymouth is pushing, and yep, take my screenshot of shame for the video cover. Oh yeah. Yep, I deserve that. Those are all my fault. So, basically gonna make up for it by pushing up here, try to spot the hack for the Plymouth and the Montana, and happily find this hack broadside to them. These guys are gonna make this hack just evaporate, and that always makes me happy. Always nice to see a CV blow up that fast. And from here, just gonna try to farm out this Nevsky for whatever sort of damage that I can get. And this game's gonna end here very shortly. So, just haven't really had that many games since I started switching to this build in the Yu Yang. Just to kind of experiment with the ship with a different play style. Yeah, then we got a bug that brings up, you know, I guess last second screens of the previous battle. But yeah, this build just, it feels comfortable dealing damage. I am gonna compliment Mega Zhao. He's somebody I have played competitive with before in the past. He had an excellent performance as expected for him, and a little bit of guilt there helping him with his adrenaline rush. But at the end of the day, torps these days, it's not like eating torps were in the past, where they did full damage to allies and that kind of thing. But still, you do need to be careful with them. And I mean, um, it happens every now and again. You do torp somebody, and it's just, use it as a reminder to not be a moron. So anyway, legendary Yu Yang, another game in it. Figured that this would be a good one for you guys to see again how I try to play the ship, and this one just really was cycling through those smokes pretty quickly. I was down to, I think, only one smoke left by the end of the battle, and that usually indicates pretty good that you've had a chance to stack up a lot of damage. Now, I don't know what it is with RNG and this special demolition expert captain, but 244 HE shell shot, 5 fires, 797 fires. That's okay, RNG. Put down the crack pipe. Uh, that's garbage. So this game could have been a lot more damage, but you know, still end up with a very good result. Uh, anyway, before I talk all night, hope you guys are having a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed the little moment of me being a moron and torping a teammate. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.